Someone in your life already knows your next move before you do. They can feel your fear, read your lies, and predict your decisions before you even make them. This is not a superpower. This is psychology. And the scary part? Someone is already using it on you. Today, I'm going to show you 7 psychological tricks that let you read anyone like an open book. These are the same techniques used in interrogations, high-stakes negotiations, and manipulation. Stay until the end, because the final one will completely change how you see every conversation. Let's begin. Trick 01. The silence trap. Most people are terrified of silence, and the moment it gets uncomfortable, they fill it with excuses, with confessions, with secrets they never planned to share. This is the silence trap. Here's how it works. You ask someone a question, they answer, and instead of responding, you just stare at them, quietly, calmly, like you're waiting for more. Watch what happens. They start talking again. They start explaining things you never asked about. They get nervous, and nervous people, they reveal everything. Interrogators use this constantly. 1 extra second of silence can break someone completely. Warning, if someone does this to you, stop talking. Let the silence breathe. Don't be the one who breaks first. But wait, the most dangerous ones are still coming. Keep watching. Trick 02. The mirror effect. Humans are wired to trust people who are similar to them. This is called the mirroring effect, and when you subtly copy someone's body language, their tone, their speed of speech, they start to feel an invisible connection with you, without knowing why, without even noticing it. Imagine you're in a meeting, the other person leans forward, you lean forward. They slow down their voice, you slow down yours. Within minutes, they feel like you understand them on a deep level. They open up, they trust you. FBI negotiators use this technique to calm hostage situations, and sales professionals use it to close million-dollar deals. Warning, if you ever feel unusually comfortable with a stranger very quickly, check if they're mirroring you. You've probably experienced this without realizing it, and here's where it gets really interesting. Trick 03. The eye truth test. The eyes never lie, even when the mouth does. Here's what most people don't know. When someone is genuinely happy, the corners of their eyes crinkle. This is called the Duchenne smile, and it's almost impossible to fake. If someone smiles at you, but their eyes stay still and flat, they're performing, not feeling. Also, watch for micro-expressions. These are tiny, half-second flashes of emotion that cross someone's face before they can control it. Disgust, fear, contempt. They vanish in the blink of an eye, but they reveal everything that's happening underneath the surface. Paul Ekman, a psychologist who worked with the CIA, spent decades mapping these expressions. The government paid millions to understand what you now know for free. Warning, next time someone tells you they're fine while their face flickers for just a moment, they're not fine. Pattern interrupt. This next trick is where things get scary, because this one, it's probably been used on you today. Trick 04. The scarcity illusion. The human brain hates losing something more than it loves gaining something. Psychologists call this loss aversion, and when someone tells you that an opportunity is running out, your rational mind shuts down completely. You stop thinking and you start reacting. Think about every time you've seen only 2 left in stock, or this offer expires in 10 minutes, or someone who acts like they might not be available for you anymore. Your pulse rises, you feel urgency. You make decisions you'd never make with a clear head. That's not coincidence, that's design. Someone is engineering your emotions to control your actions. Warning, whenever you feel sudden pressure to decide fast, slow down. That urgency is a weapon pointed at your wallet or your heart. Trick 05, the question behind the question. Skilled readers of human behavior never ask what they actually want to know directly. Instead, they ask something adjacent, something casual, and they listen to what the answer reveals about the real question. Here's an example. You want to know if someone is stressed at work. You don't ask, "Are you stressed?" Instead, you ask, "How has your week been feeling lately?" One question shuts people down, the other opens them up. Or try this. Instead of asking, "Did you do it?" you ask, "If someone had done that, what do you think their reason would be?" And then watch. Guilty people almost always answer with sympathy for the hypothetical person. Innocent people get confused or offended by the question. The real answer is never in the words, it's in the reaction. Warning, pay close attention to how people respond to hypothetical questions. They're telling you exactly who they are. We're almost at the end, and trust me, you will want to hear the last two, especially the final one. Trick number 6, the foot in the door. Here's a chilling truth about human psychology. Once someone says yes to a small request, they become dramatically more likely to say yes to a bigger one. This is called the foot in the door technique, and it works because of something called consistency bias. Our brains want us to be consistent with our past decisions, so once we've agreed to something small, our identity locks in, and we keep saying yes to protect our self-image. A study at Stanford in the 1960s proved this completely. Researchers asked people to put a tiny 2-inch sign in their window. Almost everyone agreed. Then, weeks later, they came back and asked them to put a massive, ugly billboard on their lawn. And the people who had agreed to the small sign were almost 4 times more likely to say yes to the billboard. Warning, if someone starts with a very easy, reasonable request, be careful. You might be at the beginning of a very long yes chain. Climax, the final trick, the identity hijack. This is the most powerful psychological trick in existence, and it doesn't use pressure, it doesn't use fear, it doesn't even feel like manipulation. That's what makes it so dangerous. It's called the identity hijack, and here's how it works. Instead of telling someone what to do, you tell them who they are. You tie their behavior to their identity, and suddenly they feel compelled to follow through because not doing it would mean betraying themselves. Think about this. A parent doesn't say, "Go clean your room." They say, "You're such a responsible kid. I know you like things tidy." And the child cleans the room, because now it's about who they are. A leader doesn't say, "Work harder." They say, "The reason this team is different is because you all care so deeply." And the team works harder because you've made effort part of their identity. The most dangerous manipulators on earth don't control what you do. They control who you think you are. And once your identity is shaped by someone else, your decisions are already made for them. This technique has been used by cult leaders, by politicians, by the most influential brands in history. Apple didn't sell you a phone. They told you that you were the kind of creative, rebellious person who thinks different. And billions of people bought in, literally. Warning, ask yourself how much of what you believe about yourself was placed there by someone else. This is the question that changes everything. These 7 techniques are real. They are being used every single day in boardrooms, bedrooms, courtrooms, and conversations you think are completely ordinary. The best defense isn't fear, it's awareness, because once you can see the pattern, you can never be trapped inside it again. If this opened your eyes even a little bit, hit subscribe. Every week we go deeper into the psychology of power, persuasion, and the hidden forces shaping your decisions. The next video might be the most important one you ever watch. Don't miss it.